Hello English learners, this is Priyanka Chaudhary and welcome to my channel. So I'm back again with another video on English speaking topic. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 mistakes that you people repeatedly make in your journey of learning English language. So now, what are these mistakes? If you would like to know about it, then you must watch this video till the end. So let's begin. The first mistake is you choose those things to read or maybe watch or maybe listen that you have no interest. Do not force yourself to read difficult books, or do not force yourself to watch those news channels which you have no interest, or you are listening to those audios or those YouTube channels or those speakers whom you are not able to understand what they are saying. All right, so try to choose those things that you have actually interest in. Let me explain more. Suppose you are interested in reading any storybook, okay, but you are forcing yourself to read the newspaper because maybe you might have heard some other people saying that by reading newspaper you can improve your English. That's true. But firstly, understand your level, all right, and what is your interest. When you do not have interest, then you will not focus on reading or on watching, all right. Interest actually plays a major role. When you have interest in certain thing, you put all your efforts to understand the things or to grasp whatever you are reading, watching or listening. I hope you're getting my point. All right, now let's understand what is the second mistake that we make, and this is translation. Right, stop doing translation. Translation, actually what happens, we keep translating sentences from our native language to English language, and what happens because of this, the fluency that we have while speaking our native language, it actually reduces when we try to speak a foreign language, that is English. So stop doing translation. Speak the sentences as it is. When you are speaking, stop translating. Start thinking in English, start speaking in English, listen to the things in English. Do not translate anything before you speak. All right, so stop doing translation. Now let's have a look at the next mistake that you people make, and that is stop judging your progress against other people's progress. It happens, we keep comparing ourselves with others. We should stop doing this. Different people have different grasping power, all right, or different people follow different techniques of learning. Maybe the method that you are following for learning English, the same method won't work for another person. Different pace, different technique or different methods work for different people. So stop comparing yourself with other people. What will happen if you will keep doing is, it will only demotivate you. That's all. So that's why I'm telling you to stop comparing your progress with other people's progress. Just try to do one thing. If you want to compare your English with anyone, then compare it with yourself. Yes, compare yourself, that how you were speaking a month ago and now how are you speaking at this moment. This will surely help you. You won't be demotivated. And day by day, if you will comparing yourself with you, then you will see that you have made a lot of progress in your English speaking skills. So stop comparing your progress with others. Now let's have a look at the next mistake that you make, and that is you are afraid of making mistakes. Why? I mean, you do not need to feel afraid of doing anything. I know it's normal to feel afraid. I mean, whenever we try to do anything for the first time, we feel afraid. We feel fear of making mistakes. It happens. But if we'll keep doing this, if we'll keep having this feeling again and again, then how will we work on our English? All right. So stop thinking about your mistakes and start speaking. I mean, what is going to happen? I mean, nobody is actually there who is pointing out your mistake when you're speaking English in anyone, right? Trust me. Try to at least do this. Even if you feel such kind of people who are there to point out your mistakes, it's okay. You will at least learn from them. If they are making fun of you or if they are pointing out your mistakes, So fine, ask them, okay, fine, if I have made a mistake, then correct me. Tell me what is the right sentence or what is the right word that I should have used here. Ask them. Don't be offended, or just ask them and you will learn something from them. Alright? So do not feel fear of making mistake. The more mistake you will make, the more you will learn. Simple. The next mistake that we continuously make is you try to speak English too fast. Yes. What do you think? The people who speak English too fast are equal to native speakers? Or what do you think? The people who speak English too fast are quite cool? I mean, what is your perspective about these people? Let's think about your native language. How do you speak your native language? Do you speak it too fast? Like my native language is Hindi, and I do not speak Hindi too fast. The way I'm speaking English at this moment, in the same rate of speech, I speak Hindi too. And just think, if you will start speaking your native language too fast, so is it going to have a good impression on listener? I really don't think so. The listeners won't be able to, I think, even understand you when you will be speaking too fast. And there is one more problem with speaking too fast, and that is, if you try to speak English too fast, you do not get the time to think of the next sentence. Yes, it happens, because in order to speak too fast, you run out of sentences, you run out of words, you lack words, vocabulary, sentences, and so many things. So it's of no use. Speaking too fast is of no use. I mean, you can look at some good English speakers. Think about some good English speakers. Do they speak English too fast? I'm not talking about American English speakers. If you want to reach at that level, you need to practice a lot. Apart from Americans, is there anyone around you who can understand you if you will start speaking English too fast? I don't think there are people around us who will understand our rate of speech which is too fast. No, this is not going to happen. And do you think that you are going to interact with an American native speaker? No, you're not going to interact with them, right? So it's no problem. Even though if in future, if you have an interaction with the American English speaker, so do you think if you will be speaking slowly or at a normal rate of speech, they won't be able to understand you? Definitely they'll be understanding you. Then what's the point of speaking too fast? So don't think of speaking English too fast. It's of no use. Speak English language the way you speak your native language. Try to be fluent in English. Don't try to be fast. And there is one more misconception about it, and that is, in order to speak English fluently, we need to speak fast. No, speaking fluently and speaking something fast, these are two different things. So I have already given a lot of justification and explanation to not to speak English fast. Don't do that. Alright, I hope you people understood that where we are actually making mistake. And the next one is grammar. Yes, you focus a lot on grammar. Don't need to focus too much on grammar. I am not denying this fact that grammar is not at all important. No, I am not saying this. What I'm saying is, do not indulge yourself in grammar too much. This is not required for speaking. You must have a little basic knowledge about grammar, and that is enough for speaking. Yes, trust me, you do not need to follow each and every rule for speaking English. For speaking English, what is significant? The significance is of making your point clear to the other person. That's all. Make sense to the other person. Alright? Whatever you want to say, you convey a message. Whatever the message you want to share with the other person, that if that person is able to understand you really well, you're successful in speaking. And I am repeating, do not focus a lot on grammar. It will only confuse you. It will only stop you from speaking. That's it. Just have a little bit knowledge of grammar, basic knowledge, that is MR, where should be used is MR, or has, have, or do, does, or did, or especially past tense, like second form of the verb, like a few things. You just need to know a few things regarding grammar, and that's all. That's enough, far enough for speaking. Yes. So stop focusing on grammar too much. Next, you think that I can speak English when I'll go to an English speaking country. Only then I can speak English really well. This is the mistake that we actually make. No. We just keep thinking and thinking and thinking. We do not actually take action to speak English. You keep thinking that I can speak English only when I will surround myself with English speaking people. That's what you keep thinking. And when you do not have people around you who can interact with you in English, then you just lose the hope of speaking English. You feel like I cannot do this because I have no one with whom I can interact, with whom I can practice speaking. And then you stop. So basically what you do is you just keep finding excuses. Yes, I know it may sound bad to you or it may hurt your feelings, but that's true. You just keep making excuses. Then you can create an English speaking environment yourself around you. And how can you do that? I have already explained in my previous videos. The link of those videos I'll share somewhere here. So you can easily go and check out my previous videos where I have shared and talked about how can you create an English speaking environment around you without actually interacting with the English speaking people. Yes, you can do this. So that's it for today's video. These are the mistakes that we people continuously make in the process of learning English. So stop doing these mistakes and see that now you are comfortable and confident while speaking. If you liked today's video and you found it useful, then do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you. So I'm taking your leave now and we'll be meeting in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.